Hey guys, Gameboy3800 here once again back in Beam, and today's a special announcement day for Community Event 9. That's right, bringing up another community event towards the end of the year. And today, we're going to announce that it is going to be on MetLife 2020 Custom. This is a fantastic map. I've been driving on it a lot, and I really do like it, so that's why I've chosen it for this community event. I'm going to show the track layout. I've got a very specific tune for this track. I will go over the tuning restrictions after the racing restrictions. So this is the start line. These start pillars are non-collidable, so please do not clip them. You can be just at them like this. You can be just at the line like this. But that's as far as you get. You can't do any clipping. You can't go across over the finish line. Like tires have to be touching the ground before the finish line. So that's as close as you want to get. You can position the truck anywhere around this area, and you can use a trans brake launch, but it's a turn immediately, so I don't know how useful that'll be. So for a racing layout, normally this track has you go across the start-finish line twice. We're going to go across it 3 times. So that was the first time after the start. Take your turn, across the small jump here. Another turn here. Second time there. Now this is the last lap. And that's a time there. Try to have your camera angle as side on as you can when you cross the finish line, so that you get the most accurate time to that I can fairly give you. Next up is skills and freestyle, but we will move to the freestyle map for that because that's what's going to be required. This is a map here that doesn't have any real obstacles. You can choose whatever lane you like. If you dip into the lines too much, you will just die, so don't do that. Should be even in both lanes. If you need to remove shadows to get good performance, it looks like you can. It won't look too good, but you will be able to with no compromises to visibility. Next, let's go over the tuning restrictions. So here, you can tell I have a very specific tune, and I'm using all the new parts that have a lot of adjustability. So let's take a look here. I'm going to bring up the parts menu. And we can use any engine we like. We can use any suspension we like. You can use any body and paint you like as long as it's public. That's always been a thing. That's always been a rule for this series. Because of how customizable these parts are, we're going to have to go over them individually nowadays. So, yeah. We're going to start off with the motor. With the Ford Customizable motor, you can use any long block, and you can use any fuel system, any intake, and any transmission setup as long as your maximum horsepower is not too high above 1750. So I give you plus or minus 5 horsepower, so you have a little bit of leeway, because I know getting exactly 1750 horsepower would not be very easily achievable. So we have a plus or minus 5 horsepower in that. So for here I have 1751 horsepower out of a 540 cubic inch diesel fuel system motor. I've got a single turbo on it. Now we're going to go into the tuning menu. We're going to spend a lot of time here, so take notes. Engine has a lot of new things. We have efficiency, we have inertia, we have weight. Then we have the same RPM and fuel volume as we've always had. Alignment and brakes, you can get that to where you like. Engine efficiency, do not play with this. If you're messing with the Ford Customizable motor, you cannot run with super high efficiency, because you just don't overheat. Leave it stock. If you want to put it down, I guess you could do that, but I have no idea why you would do that. Fuel volume, you can play with this to make the truck lighter or heavier as you please. Engine inertia, you can play with this as much as you like. If you think you're going to get more a performance with more engine RPM, like how I've done. I think the stock RPM, or inertia, I mean, is 0.23%. I've upped it to 0.3% just to see if that helps my turbo. Engine weight, you cannot make it lower than 50 node weights, as I've got here. You can make it higher if you want, if you think being more planted can help you, because more weight equals more plantedness. But, you know, a little bit slower acceleration and whatnot. Forced induction, any kind of intake you have is allowed as long as it stays below 1750 horsepower. There is no limit for torque, because just depending on what fuel system you have or what engine you run, you may not even be able to get it below 1500 or 1700 torque. You can see here this diesel setup I've got, it's over 2400 foot-pounds, so that's quite incredible there. The powertrain, you can tune your transfer case, your gearing, and all that. This is a diesel transmission, so the 3-speed. I actually quite like its stock gearing, but I have played with the planetaries and stuff. Steering rate, you can do whatever you like with that. Suspension, you can do whatever you like with that. Tires, this is the big one here. There's so many new things with the tires. What I have here is basically the limit of what you can do. Front tire drag, you cannot have this lower than 14, otherwise every other tire will just be a complete disadvantage. Front tire grip, do not change this. I haven't changed this at all. This is stock here. Front tire weight, I've ticked it down just once. You can do that as well. Stock it's 5. I've ticked it down to 4.5. Front tire nodes, you can increase this if you like. You cannot decrease it. You can increase it though, but that will make your tires heavier. Sliding grip and off-road grip, do not change that, otherwise it's unfair. Damping, you can play around with this as much as you like. Pressure, you can play around with that as much as you like. And then torque converter. Diesel transmissions, as well as any transmission that notes having the adjustable torque converter. This is the settings you will be allowed to use. Converter diameter cannot be larger than 0.35, and converter stiffness cannot be above 40. So you see here, I've got them right at the limit. You can play with the clutch lockup, you can play with the stall ratio, and you can play with the coupling AV ratio as much as you like. If you use any other engines, just know that they're not going to be as adjustable as that, and that the horsepower limit remains the same as 1750. That's just to be some kind of balance. You can be lower than that, of course. You don't need to be at 1750. You can run a totally stock setup if you like. How successful will you be? I don't know. Maybe you might find a meta tune. I'm going to be running the KFA2 truck here. It's got the bed cover. And I'm running the Ford Customizable motor with a turbo and diesel fuel system. I increased my engine inertia a little bit to try and help with the turbo lag. So it stays revved up a little bit more. Next up, we're going to move to Skills Challenge. So we're going to go find the map and load into it. Here it is. So we're going to do Skills and Freestyle at the Freestyle variant there. And Skills has turned into more of a general thing. We don't need to do specifically two-wheel skills. So you can do... Oh god. We can do wheelies. We can do... donuts. You can do big air. You can do anything like that. There we go. The Freestyle variant. Looks like you can just remove shadows outright and have no problems here. So, Skills and Freestyle. Pretty self-explanatory. If you want to do two-wheel skills, you can. If you want to do big air, you can. If you want to do donuts or other stunts, you can. As long as you do 3 hits, it's fair game. If your truck does anything unrealistic or too unrealistic, just know that you may not be scored that high for it. But there's no restrictions against it. I'm just going to go for some big air here, and look at that. Boing. And then freestyle, it's kind of the same as it's always been. We have 2 minutes from the start of your first stunt or jump. If you start off with a donut, your time starts. Start off with bicycle or moonwalk, same thing. Start by hitting a jump, same thing. The top 5 racing times, the top 5 skills scores, and the top 5 freestyle scores will be displayed along the left side of the screen during the scoring session, so you can see where you stack up if you got into top 5. Anything top 5 is considered a victory. Don't want to be too harsh on people who didn't get in the top podium spots. So top 5 are all considered winners, I guess. I don't know. But yep, that's about it. You can start submitting your clips to my Discord server or onto the forum post with the Community Event 9 tag. Because of the way Discord and the website are, you do need to upload your files to Mediafire or to Google Drive, something that we can download with. So Dropbox, Mediafire, I guess even Mega. You can do that as long as it's downloadable and shareable. If you upload them to YouTube, I can use a YouTube downloader to get the footage, but it will not be as high quality. As for the due date, it will be November 30th. So end of November. That way we start the community event stream in early December. I don't know exactly when. Maybe December 4th? 6th? I don't know. But early December is when the stream will be, where you can score and judge all the other competitors and determine who wins skills and freestyle. Racing will be self-explanatory. The top 5 racing times. It's a time trial, so top 5 racing times will be displayed. And other than that, I hope you all enjoy. This will be a fun event. I wanted to do something neat where we had to use alternative fuels, or maybe an RC truck only event, but I'll save that for next time. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. I'll see you all in the future. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section of the website, of this video, or on my Discord server. My Discord server is always linked in the description, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. That's it. Go get your clips in and have fun. Goodbye, everybody.